Ha ha ha! Come on, everybody! Woo! Woo! All right. Thanks very much. Thanks for being here today at the Fret Buzz. I have an exciting lesson planned for you. It's going to be a good one. We're going to work on getting further into the idea of modal scale work. Today we're talking about Mixolydian. Mixolydian is the same thing as the major scale, except you have a flat 7th scale degree. So let's take like E major, right? 4 sharps ordinarily. Here's the major scale. Here is the Mixolydian scale. Notice that the 7th that I played is now a flat 7. What was D sharp, now D natural. Good work, everyone. So you flat the 7th. How else can we regard this scale? Let's do it in terms of intervals. We'll go whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step. In the major scale, we finish with whole to half, right? Whole, half, whole, half. In Mixolydian, we'll have whole, half, whole, half, whole. So the last 2 intervals are inverted to make these 2 scales separate from one another. Mixolydian also exists at the 5th scale degree of whatever major key you're in. So if you're in the key of, let's say, G major, right? Right? G, A, B, C, D. D is the 5th note of the G scale. Mixolydian occurs naturally at that scale degree. So if I take all the notes that are in the key of G, but I start on D and end on D, right? It kind of sounds major, but it kind of doesn't. It really wants to resolve. Back to that G again. Here's where it can get a little bit tricky. The 5 chord creates tension, right? D7 or D7 flat 9 or D7 sus4 flat 9 or D7 sus4. Anyway, all those chords create tension that typically will resolve somewhere. I mean, not always, but typically, right? Tension and resolve working together. So the Mixolydian scale also creates a bit of tension where it feels like it's not quite done yet. Right? You know what I mean? So it's a nice scale in that regard for improvisational and for melody. Is my phone still turned on? And for melody writing. Let's take a look at a couple of examples of how to finger this scale. Let's take that E example we did before. I really have to turn my phone off. So let's take a look at that E scale again and figure out how to play that in a few different octaves. You never ever want to get wrapped into playing a scale in one place in the fingerboard. It's limiting, right? If you need to play a Mixolydian scale, you should be able to play that all over the place, not just in one spot, you know? If that comes in time, let's take a few different versions just to get the ball rolling. First one, let's take 7th fret on the A string. This is going to be a completely pattern forming sort of endeavor, right? We'll still name the notes, but look at the pattern that's being formed here. So E, F sharp, G sharp, whoops, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, right? So we just played a series of whole steps on each string. Take the index finger now and shift a whole step higher on the B string. And we'll play G sharp, A to B. From there, the pattern stays the same. We're playing a half step to a whole step at the end. So, slowly. Maybe try to create a pattern with it. Let's do inverted thirds, like root note to the 3rd, then 2nd to 4th, 3 to 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 6 to the root, 7th to 9th, back to the root. Except I did the first one with major. I'm sorry, I meant to do it with Mixolydian. Just take the 7th and flat it. Right there, flat 7. 6, root, flat 7, 9, root note. It's kind of a fun pattern to play. And then continue that idea into the 2nd octave. Very nice pattern. Let's do the Mixolydian scale 1 octave, starting on the same E, but with your 4th finger. All right? We still have that flat 7th in there. We're playing E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D natural, flat 7, back to the root. Cool, yeah? So if I have an E7 chord in this position, sweet tones. The same thing is true here. I can play E7 like this perhaps. Okay. 7, 6, 7, 5, and still use. Cool. One more version. Let's do Mixolydian in open position. So again, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D natural, E. Write it down or rewind it. One or the other. Don't waste the paper, just rewind it. Open E. 2nd octave from this note to the next E. Oh, so nice, right? So nice. Welcome to Mixolydian.